Have you ever thought about how a product gets from the factory all the way to your hands? It's all part of a well-oiled machine called the supply chain. Today, we're going to break down the 5 key parts that make this process possible. The 5 key components are planning, sourcing, making, delivering, and returning. First of all, planning. Every supply chain starts with one crucial step, and that is planning. This is where companies figure out what products to make, how much to make, and when to make them. They look at customer demand, forecast future sales, and make sure everything is ready before production even begins. Without a solid plan, things can quickly fall apart. You cannot execute a successful supply chain without a strong foundation, and that foundation begins with effective planning. The first step in supply chain management is all about building a smart, data-driven strategy that aligns with both current operations and future goals. A well-structured plan focuses on balancing supply with demand, coordinating people, resources, and materials, and the plan also tries to reduce operational costs while enhancing efficiency across the board. Planning in supply chain management typically involves several key areas. There's demand planning. The planning process usually starts with demand forecasting, estimating customer needs based on historical trends, sales projections, and market conditions. This insight becomes the guiding light for every team involved in the supply chain, ensuring everyone is aligned toward the same goal. Today, many organizations use advanced tools like AI and machine learning to enhance demand planning. These technologies leverage real-time data and past performance to make more accurate dynamic predictions. Then there's supply planning. Once the demand is understood, it is time to figure out how to meet the demand. That is where supply planning comes in. What raw materials are needed, where those raw materials are going to come from, where and how will manufacturing take place, what equipments are required for that, who is going to handle warehousing, shipping, and final delivery. Those all fall under supply planning. This stage ensures that all the right resources are in place to execute the plan efficiently. Then we have production planning. This is simply about how to produce the product, not just making it, but doing so without creating excess inventory or overloading the system. It's a careful balance between meeting demand and maintaining cost-effective operations. Then you also have sales and operations planning. In this phase, sales and marketing teams collaborate with operations to make sure everyone's moving in the same direction. The idea is to sync marketing campaigns, product availability, and production schedules so that customer expectations and business capacity are fully aligned. Together, these elements form the core of the planning process in supply chain management, a stage that sets the tone for everything that follows. Without a strong plan, even the most advanced logistics system can fall apart. The next core component of supply chain management is sourcing. Once the plan is in place, it is time to find the materials. That's where sourcing comes in. Companies reach out to suppliers for the raw materials or services they need. The goal is to get the best quality at the best price delivered on time. It's like grocery shopping for your business, but on a much larger scale. It is the backbone of cost-efficient supply chains. Sourcing is one of the most vital components of supply chain management, and for good reason. It's often where the biggest cost savings are achieved. At its core, sourcing covers the full procurement lifecycle, choosing the right suppliers, placing and receiving orders, managing inventory, and handling supplier payments. For large organizations, sourcing can be incredibly complex. Some companies rely on thousands of suppliers globally, and nowadays it is very important to diversify your supplier base. Global sourcing comes with real challenges. Geopolitical tensions, tariffs, regulatory changes, and transportation bottlenecks can all interfere with cross-border supply flows. And disruptions are not limited to global events. Local issues like a heavy storm on one part of the country can halt truck deliveries and cripple regional supply chains. That is why it is crucial for companies to spread out their supplier networks geographically so that if one region is impacted, another can pick up the slack. Supply chain professionals also must be ready to adapt sourcing strategies on a short notice. When disruptions hit, quick thinking and flexible sourcing plans can mean the difference between smooth operation and costly delays. Sourcing isn't just about finding the lowest bidder, it's about building a resilient, reliable, and responsive supply network that can withstand the unexpected. The next core component of supply chain is making or producing. This is where the actual product is built. This could mean manufacturing, assembling, testing, and packaging. It's one of the most hands-on parts of the supply chain. Companies aim to keep this step fast, cost-effective, and high quality. The manufacturing and production stage is where everything comes together. The planning is done, materials are sourced, and now it is time to turn raw components into finished products. This is the heart of the supply chain, where strategy becomes reality. At this point, supply chain professionals take charge of every aspect of the production process, including overseeing the in-house manufacturing, conducting product testing, managing production, packaging, labeling, optimizing inventory levels, and also ensuring strict quality controls all over the board. But the role of a supply chain professional does not stop at supervision. They are constantly monitoring for problems and searching for ways to improve performance, whether that means tweaking production methods, adjusting sourcing strategies, or streamlining workflows. In short, this stage is about execution, precision, and continuous improvement, all working together to deliver products that meet customer expectations. Then you have delivering. Now that the product is ready, it needs to reach to the customer. And that is where delivering happens. This includes warehousing, order fulfillment, shipping, and tracking. Whether it is going to be a business or someone's front door, timing and accuracy are key. The distribution stage of supply chain management is all about getting the final product into the hands of the customers. This critical phase ensures that everything produced is delivered efficiently, reliably, and on time. At this point, supply chain professionals are responsible for mapping out logistics, planning how goods will move through the supply chain, executing distribution stages, using structured plans to guide the delivery process, coordinating with partners, working with distributors, wholesalers, and retailers to move products through various channels. There are different types of distribution channels. Products can reach customers through several pathways. It can be direct sales, where manufacturers sell straight to the end customers, often online or through brand stores. It can be wholesale. Products are sold in bulk to wholesalers who then supply them to retailers. It can be through brokers who act as intermediaries between manufacturers and retailers, negotiating deals. It can also be through dual distributions, a hybrid approach where companies sell through multiple channels such as B2B, wholesalers, and direct-to-consumers simultaneously. Supply chain managers decide which mix of channels best fits the company's goals, customer base, and market strategy. Ultimately, strong distribution management helps bridge the gap between production and customer satisfaction, keeping products moving and businesses growing. Last but not the least, returning. Not everything will always go as planned. Maybe a product is faulty, unwanted, or it needs to be recycled. Reverse logistics handles all of this. A smooth return process can actually increase customer trust and loyalty. Returns are also often known as reverse logistics. The returning phase of supply chain management deals with the process of handling returned products and managing refund or replacement procedures. Returns can happen for many reasons, from product defects and damage to recalls or simple customer dissatisfaction. Why returns matter? Though it happens at the end of the product's journey, this stage can send shockwaves back through the entire supply chain, especially when returns are linked to safety concerns or quality issues. Poor return handling can damage brand trust, while efficient reverse logistics can actually enhance customer satisfaction and loyalty. Customers are more likely to trust you if they can refund your products easily. Supply chain managers play a critical role in this reverse logistics process. They work to identify the root causes of product returns. They can collaborate with production, sourcing, and quality teams to prevent repeat issues. They can make sure that customer concerns are resolved quickly and fairly. A smart and responsive return strategy is not just damage control. It's a key component of a resilient and customer-centric supply chain.